Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, not much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Nuro luayo, na nuro luayo. Nuro luayo, na nuro luayo. Ọ dịghị mgbe ike mmadụ ga-akarị ike Chukwu. Ọ dịghị mgbe ike Naịjirịa ga-akarị ike Biafra. Nna nuro, onye kere ụwa nuro luayo. Nna nuro, Olisa binigwe nuro akwayo. Now, the news updates.
Reflect the reality with which the Nigerian is grappling. So if you really want to feel the pulse, it's easier sometimes to find it on social media. But because the issue to which I wish to address myself this morning did not arise only in the last week, but is something that has crept steadily into our body policy over the years. For decades, it's always been there, but it had never really been as weaponized as it has become in recent times. And I speak specifically to the issue of ethnic bigotry. Religious bigotry, ethnic bigotry has been part and parcel of our national life for a long time. After all, those who benefit from the ruination of our land and from the atrophy of our society wouldn't have been able to do this if we would ever understand the commonalities of our afflictions. So both for those who colonized us and more or less treated us like animals, even those who enslaved us long before the British ever darkened these shores, and I speak to the Arabs, they never really saw us as humans. And we have also reinforced this by the way we have treated ourselves. We divide ourselves. Oh, the Yorubas are this. Oh, the Igbos are that. Oh, the Fulanis are this. The Jaws are that. And we go on and on, dividing ourselves into God knows how many useless units, because it becomes useless once it's broken. And because we're divided, we've become as praise, very easy to trample upon. Once you can legitimize the oppression of one person on account of their ethnicity or on account of their religion, what actually happens is that you legitimize the oppression of every other person because they kept quiet. If you spoke up when the evil was done to the Yoruba man, it is delegitimized when it is done to you. If you spoke up when it is done to the Igbo man, the evil is delegitimized when it is directed towards you. One of the reasons why you found me weeping when I came out of prison was because I found that when you guys actually decide to act as one, you are irresistible. There is no force in this country that can stop you when you act as one. Case in point, NSAS. What scared them the most was your unity. Christians, Muslims. Christians stood guard whilst the Muslims prayed. Muslims held ground whilst the Christians prayed. Nobody has the ethnic identity of the persons who had the various protest grounds, particularly the Lekki toll gate. And I assure you, the soldiers were not waiting to ask what your nationality, ethnic nationality, or religion was by the time they got there. How we moved away from the cohesion and allowed ourselves to be weaponized against ourselves, I don't get it. I understand that Bola Tinubu and his people, in the immediate aftermath of the laws of 2023, decided to be very deliberate about dividing the people. But those who are being set against each other are blessed with brains. If the Yorubas or the persons who presume to be Yoruba, who hide behind multiple identities but are merely paid idiots, would come into the public space and seek to turn you, Igbo man who has lived amongst your Yoruba brethren for donkey years, prospered in this land, And then you also respond with the same level of toxicity with which the person who is paid to spread hatred has attacked you. What then happens? We've all descended into this toxic environment where instead of talking about real issues that affect all of us, instead of talking about these real issues, we have been reduced to discussing bus stops. Bus stops. We will all get to a final bus stop someday. And I really hate to think that when I get to that final bus stop, the most consequential argument in which I have been engaged is in the one talking about the merit of naming or not naming bus stops and streets. These are dog whistles. Dog whistles. They do these things in order to rile you up and get you to ignore the real issues. There are no good Yoruba men or bad Yoruba men, good Igbo men or bad Igbo men. We are either good men or bad men. You know, the funniest part of this unfortunate tragicomedy, nobody gives two monkeys about your nationalities outside the shore of this country. Once you are outside Nigeria, you're just another Nigerian. That you have defined the Nigerian in your negative terms for the world, they are not going to be knowing whether you are Igbo or Yoruba. And if they ask if you are Igbo because you successfully demarcated that ethnic nationality, even when you tell them that you are not Igbo, they wouldn't believe you. You're just another Nigerian. And when you say the Yoruba is a cannibalist or whatever you guys also say to each other when you're all being stupid, remember, they don't care whether you are not Yoruba. You're just another Yoruba, another Nigerian, I mean to say. We're all in this damn boat together and it's sinking. And instead of focusing on rescuing our boat, or at least coming off the boat in an orderly manner so that we don't all perish, we're busy, very busy, rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship, conveniently forgetting that when it comes down to it, you all carry that same green passport. I was reading the experience of some brother who had to transit through El Salvador, and he told me, I read that. He said, just because you carry a Nigerian passport, as well as other African countries and India, you get to pay an extra, I think, $1,500 in transit visa fee. What have we done that we are haunted everywhere we go? And then in our own country, it is beyond our capacity. Beyond our capacity. Think about that. To find cohesion.
My people, on don't hear them now. What do you make of it? Drop your comments. But remember, it's Biafra or nothing. Bye for now.